One of the hardest things when starting a personal concierge business is finding insurance. It's really important. It's one of the things that I suggest everyone gets before they start, but it can be really tricky. So today I'm going to share with you a few tips to make that process a little easier for you. As a personal concierge, your business is offering such a huge variety of services to your clients. And the thing is that we're all quite unique. Not all of us are offering the same services as each other. Some of us might transport clients to appointments. Some of us might look after children. Others of us might be looking after events or helping relocations. There's such a wide variety of services that we offer. And because of that, insurers really struggle to fit us in a box because we don't fit in a box. So what I suggest to you is that you go into any meeting with an insurer, or what I recommend is going into an insurance broker who can share your business with a variety of insurers and hopefully negotiate on your behalf. But when you go into one of these meetings, I want you to go prepared with a very specific list so that when you're in the meeting, you are really clear about what you really must offer and what is potentially some things that you could offer later down the track. From an insurer's perspective, you're starting a business that has no track record, you've got no history behind you, and you're offering quite a wide variety of services and services that can often need insurance coverage payouts. So it's very unlikely. I've never had to claim anything on my business insurance, but I have had to use it a number of times to negotiate different things with other insurers, and I can explain that to you later. But it's really hard for an insurer to trust you and have complete confidence in you and feel that you are going to be worth the risk. So what I suggest is that you walk into your insurer with two lists written down. One is a list of the services that you must offer, that you absolutely want to offer when opening your doors. And I want you to be realistic about this. And the second list is a list of nice to have things. Generally on that nice to have list are going to be those things that insurers find harder to cover. And it does depend on the insurer, but often anything involving transporting people in vehicles, anything to do with children, often anything to do with events and running events are things that they struggle to cover and find it hard to put in a box. So generally those are the things that I would be putting on your nice to have list. But I understand that for some of you, often those who are running senior concierge services, you would really love to be able to transport your clients to and from their appointments. That would be really important. So you may have to fight that battle, or you may have to decide that you need to work with another provider to help you with that transport. Or perhaps you don't provide the transport, but you still go with that client in the vehicle. So there's some things that I want you to think about when you're writing your list and walking into that meeting with your insurer. The other thing to think about is that perhaps you might need to get insurance coverage from a variety of different insurers or have a variety of different policies to cover you. And being open to that idea and presenting that to your insurer or ideally to your broker can help with the flexibility in what they can seek out for you. We have multiple different policies. Now, most of our policies are with the same insurer, but over the years, they have changed a lot depending on what we have needed. And it has been our insurance broker who has negotiated this on our behalf and pulled together these insurance packages for us. So that's another great option that you can talk with your insurer or your insurance broker about. Now, there are two main areas of insurance that I want you to look at. All areas and regions have different names for these. I'm in Australia, and so we call them public liability and also professional indemnity. Now, public liability is what is covering you for any accidents or damages that you may incur on a client's property or conducting work on behalf of a client. So you might drop a really expensive plate or break a window, or you may hurt yourself while you're on a client's property. Then there is what we call professional indemnity, and what that is aiming to cover you for is if you're making any recommendations to a client for different service providers or different options that they may have, perhaps with buying a fridge or something like that. You're making a recommendation to your best knowledge, but if a client feels that you failed in offering that recommendation, that is what professional indemnity is for. It's often the coverage that doctors and health professionals have. We don't need quite as high level as they do, but if you're going to talk to your insurer, that's the type of thing that you're looking for. The reason that you want these insurances is one, to make a claim if ever anything happens. But in particular with the professional indemnity, really it is up to any third-party service provider to have their own insurance to cover anything that you may need. But in the case of, for example, we had a client where the window cleaners scratched their windows. And so the client came to us, and in this instance, we needed to go through our insurer and have them approach the window cleaners insurers to negotiate and ensure that the insurance claim was settled by the window cleaners insurance. If it wasn't, it would have been up to our insurer to pay that out and cover that. But what we have found is that we've had to use our insurer a number of times for them to negotiate on our behalf with a third-party provider. So we've never had to make a claim, but it has been fantastic to have our insurer on our side to work through all these problems and negotiate for us. So that's the main reason that we have needed insurance, but I feel really comfortable that if anything happens while we're working for our clients, that we are appropriately covered. Now, there is one other insurance that we have, and we have a motor vehicle insurance that is used by car yards to transport vehicles. So we use this insurance when we are taking our clients' cars from their home or office to get it serviced or washed or repaired. So if we're having to drive a client's vehicle anywhere, that motor vehicle insurance is covering us for that. So as you can see, we have 3 different insurance policies for our business, and this isn't including the general insurance that we have for our motor vehicles, our home and contents insurance that also covers any of our office property in our home. So, but they're generally considered more personal insurances depending on how your business is set up. So I hope that has cleared up a few of the questions that you might have for insurance. Just a reminder, if you're preparing to go into a meeting with an insurer, go in with your must-have list and be reasonable about what's on that list, and your nice-to-have list. That makes it a bit easier for insurers to look at what you're offering and try and pull together something for you. And the other thing is to be open about having multiple insurance policies, not trying to have it all covered in one policy. That can often be challenging as well for your insurance broker. If you've got any other questions about insurance or any nitty-gritty about running a personal concierge business, please pop your question below in the comments. I will do my best to answer them and may even create a video for you.